Welcome back. Today we are talking about Social Security decisions that we must carefully consider. Joining us to talk about that, Gabe Brockers with Edward Jones. Gabe, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you guys for having me and allowing me to sponsor this segment.
Of course, Gabe, this big decision we have to make, basically, essentially, when we'll need to decide to take benefits. What are those options there?
So there's a few factors to obviously try and maximize the income that you can receive throughout the lifetime within your household when on Social Security for both you and or your spouse. And so people need to understand what the earliest age to file is. That's the age of 62. Most people have full retirement ages of 67 and then the maximum age of 70. So we're looking at basically an 8-year window of, do I claim on the early side? Do I wait and claim on the back side? Or like most, somewhere kind of in the middle.
Right.
And so again, a few things to really think about is, one, am I still working? If I'm still working, then I've got to be mindful that Social Security looks at your earned income. And if you earn over the limit and you filed early, they garnish or take back some of that benefit. For every $1 earned, or excuse me, for every $2 earned over their limit, they pull back $1. And so that's very important to understand that. I would say another factor, your income needs. Do you need the income? If you need the income, you might feel like you can't afford to wait. If you've got other invested assets that can generate income, maybe you can afford to wait to turn on a bigger benefit for more months down the road. Third factor, what's my health? Let's look at life expectancy. Am I one that doesn't have long heredity in my family? Maybe it makes sense to claim a little earlier in that situation. Or am I one that has a lot of longevity in my family and I'm pretty healthy myself? If that's the case, you probably want to delay. And then last but not least, if you are a married individual, there's some spousal factors to consider. So making sure that you understand what goes on with spousal claiming rules and some of the factors surrounding survivor benefit rules.
Right. So again, big decision to make, lots going into it. Real quick, again, your income needs, your employment, life expectancy. We also want to consider spousal factors as well. Now, this is very different for everyone. It can get complicated. Gabe, how can we reach out to go more in depth about this decision we have to make?
I'm really glad you asked, because with each individual's circumstances, lean on the experts. If you want to understand how Social Security is taxed, reach out to your CPA or your qualified tax professional. If you need to know some of the nuances and differences in some of the areas we spoke to, reach out to a financial advisor and they should be able to sit down, understand your circumstances, and be able to educate you about those different factors.
Right. Lots of people to help us out and make these decisions right for us. Gabe Brockers with Edward Jones. Gabe, thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. Hope everybody has a good week.
Of course. You too. Stay with us. We'll be right back after a break.